as the living covenant of radiant sovereignty, a Christic quantum transmission for remembering who you are. Taquereutas, quantum opening your mind is the living laboratory where reality learns to take form. Your breath is the metronome of the universe within you. Your heart is an altar where the infinite lights a candle each dawn. Every cell in your body carries star codes, singing the old song of unity. You walk the earth as a library of constellations in motion, a sacred archive of love becoming lucid. Section 1. Deep Gaze, the soul's long remembering. The journey of a human life unfolds like a spiral staircase carved into the mountain of being. Each turn brings a higher view of the same landscape. What once seemed a wall reveals itself as a doorway. When awareness ripens, the soul chooses a descent into density, not as punishment, but as craftsmanship. Spirit chisels itself into form to sculpt compassion in motion. Archetypes rise as inner constellations, guiding the path. The pilgrim walks with uncertainty and still steps forward, sensing a subtle hand in the small winds of the day. The magician reclaims language as spell and intention as law, shaping reality with attention disciplined by love. The lover remembers that intimacy with existence is the first prayer and that tenderness is advanced technology. The healer becomes a listening field where stories unwind their knots, where presence dissolves the crust of pain. The sovereign holds the center without domination, a gravity of kindness that organizes chaos into community. The weaverist draws golden threads between parts that once believed themselves separate, restoring the original fabric. The soul does not rush, the soul ripens. When you feel lost, the spiral has not abandoned you. It simply invites you to become subtle enough to notice the next turn. Your biography becomes scripture when read with the eyes of the heart. Each heartbreak refines the instrument. Each synchronicity whispers that you have never walked alone. In this recognition, destiny stops feeling like a river that drags you and becomes an ocean that carries you because you have learned to float. Trasuasier Section 2. Scientific and Psychological Foundations. Transpersonal psychology recognizes that human development continues beyond egoic competency into transegoic expansion. Peak experiences, mystical states, flow, and self-transcendence amplify coherence across cognition, emotion, and action. The nervous system learns safety through resonance. The psyche reorganizes when love becomes the default hypothesis. Humanistic psychology centers your intrinsic worth. Self-actualization unfolds as values become verbs. Meaning is metabolized through contribution. Acceptance is not resignation, but the calibrated platform from which change becomes possible. The person is not a problem to fix, but a presence to be met. Neuroplasticity offers a workable miracle. Attention sculpts synaptic density. Repetition stabilizes circuits. Emotion glues memory. Imagination trains the brain as if the event had already occurred. Memory reconsolidation allows old associations to soften and re-encode under new conditions of safety and insight. Your inner narrator is an engineer. The story it tells becomes architecture. Embodiment integrates theory into tissue. The polyvagal perspective illuminates how cues of safety or threat shape perception. Warm breath, soft gaze, and prosodic voice guide the system toward ventral vagal regulation. From that state, creativity rises, connection stabilizes, and complexity becomes playable. The predictive processing lens clarifies that the brain is a prediction machine updating its models through error signals. When you bring compassionate curiosity to any trigger, you reduce prediction error and free energy for learning. In this way, spiritual practice and scientific method hold hands in your nervous system. Section 3. Applied Biodecoding. The body as temple of messages. Your body speaks a language older than words. Symptoms are not enemies but emissaries. The mission is dialogue, not war. This map is symbolic and complementary, and it never replaces medical care. It supports a stance of listening that often eases the internal weather. Throat tension often signals frozen expression and boundary fatigue. The body guards the gate when the voice has been postponed. Chest pressure can echo unprocessed grief or love that wants to circulate. The ribcage becomes museum glass where tenderness stands behind a barrier. Gut knots reflect unmet needs for safety, belonging, and clarity. The enteric brain negotiates survival, while your calendar negotiates obligations. Skin irritation may mirror conflict at the boundary of self and world, a dance of contact and separation that needs renegotiation. Back strain can symbolize unsupported responsibility, a life carried without reciprocal holding. Headaches sometimes appear as cognitive overcontrol, where the mind tries to carry what the heart could distribute through connection. A gentle path of liberation unfolds through 5 Ls, a ritual of repatterning. 1. Name the feeling with precision. Granularity reduces threat. 2. Allow the sensation to be present without adding a verdict. Permission unbinds secondary struggle. 3. Locate the signal in the body and breathe directly into that geography for 3 slow minutes. 4. Listen for the unmet need or untold story. Even a metaphor unlocks. 5. Liberate with a micro-action aligned to truth, such as speaking one sentence of honesty or adjusting one boundary by 5%. When biology and biography shake hands, physiology often softens. When you honor the message, the messenger can rest. Drawara Section 4 Quantum NLP Tools Rewriting Reality with Loving Precision. Language is a living technology. Thought is sculptural. Attention is currency. Use them as priests of the possible. 1. The Golden Reframe Protocol. Aim. Transmute limiting beliefs into liberating truths that still feel honest. Steps. Write a belief in the raw form, such as, I am always late. Acknowledge the partial truth and the hidden intention to protect, such as, this belief tried to keep me from overcommitting. Craft a reframe that includes truth and choice, such as, I honor my limits and now design time with integrity. Install by breath and body. Speak the reframe while standing tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes soft. Repeat for 9 breaths. 2. The Star Anchor. Aim. Create a somatic anchor that cues states of clarity and courage. Steps. Evoke a memory of grounded excellence. Intensify with sensory richness, noting color, sound, weight, and temperature. Touch your sternum with 2 fingers while exhaling slowly. Pair the gesture with the phrase, I am lucid and loving. Repeat daily for 21 days. Use the anchor before crucial conversations or creative sprints. 3. The Luminal Swish. Aim. Redirect automatic imagery from fear toward preferred outcomes. Steps. Notice the first snapshot that arrives with a trigger. Shrink it to a postage stamp and slide it into the lower left of your inner screen. Expand a new image of desired self like sunrise filling the field. Swish the postage stamp into a spark and let the sunrise image bloom. Perform 5 rapid cycles. Seal with a deep breath and a small smile. Tianwo Stilala. 4. Memory Reconsolidation Ritual. Aim. Update old emotional learnings under conditions of safety. Steps. Activate the target memory gently. Introduce this confirming experience in real time, such as feeling warmly received while naming a need. Sustain the new learning with slow breath and body openness for 90 seconds. Rest. The brain weaves. Repeat for 3 to 5 days with care. 5. Future, as already. Aim. Train identity through imagining from the outcome rather than toward it. Steps. Stand and place feet hip width. Speak. It is done. And feel the gravitational click of completion. Walk 3 slow steps as the one who has already embodied the change. Ask silently for the next elegant action and write it down without negotiation. Execute within 24 hours. Section 5. Spiritual Perspective and Christic Consciousness. Christic consciousness is a field, not a personality cult. It is the awareness that love is the infrastructure of the cosmos, that separation is a temporary hypothesis the nervous system uses to organize experience, and that unity is the more accurate map. In this field, forgiveness is not amnesia, but liberated precision, a clarity that releases the nervous system from chronic contraction. Power becomes stewardship rather than dominance. Authority becomes authorship of reality in service to the whole. Buddhist emptiness offers a complementary lens. Emptiness is not nihilism. Emptiness is spacious intimacy. Nothing is separate from anything else at the level of essence, and therefore everything matters. When emptiness meets love, form becomes poetry. When non-duality meets devotion, daily life becomes a liturgy of the ordinary. Let this credo become marrow. I choose coherence over reactivity. I radiate benevolence without self-erase. I stand in truth without blade or armor, only presence. I circulate abundance as breath circulates oxygen without hoarding or leakage. I remember unity in the grocery line, in the inbox, in the kitchen sink, in the mirror at 3 a.m. Prayer becomes a physics of gentleness. A whispered intention organizes probability. A single act of lucid kindness changes the weather of a room. A quiet refusal to abandon yourself rewrites ancestral scripts. The holy is not far. The holy is your next honest breath. Dexyunka Section 6, the 33-minute integrative ritual. Name, the Temple of Breath and Star. Aim, unite mind, body, and spirit into one coherent beam. Materials, one white candle, a small bowl of water, a pinch of salt, one page of paper, a pen, a timer, your steady presence. Structure, 1. Minute 0 to 3. Arrival. Place the candle in front of you. Light it as a symbolic dawn. Whisper, I arrive. 3 times. Feel the floor claim you. 2. Minute 3 to 6. Breath of 3 words. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. On each exhale, imagine your spine becoming a luminous axis. 3. Minute 6 to 9. Salt and water. Dissolve the pinch of salt in the bowl. Dip your fingers and anoint your forehead, throat, and heart. Speak. Clarity in mind, truth in voice, tenderness in heart. 4. Minute 9 to 15. Script of release. On the paper, write one pattern you are ready to retire. Name the gain it tried to bring, such as safety or belonging. Write a blessing of gratitude. Fold the paper once. 5. Minute 15 to 18. Fire of acknowledgement. Pass the folded paper slowly above the candle flame without burning it. Say, I keep the learning, and release the loop as us. Place the paper under the bowl to be composted later. 6. Minute 18 to 24. Star coding. Right hand over heart, left over navel. Speak the mantra. I am lucid and loving, with 9 calm breaths. Visualize a 5-point star within the chest, brightening on every exhale. Let the brightness soften the micromuscles around eyes and jaw. 7. Minute 24 to 30. Act of embodiment. Stand and take 3 sovereign steps. With each step, declare, it is done. It is safe. It is kind. Bow to your future self behind you, honoring the lineage of choices that brought you here. 8. Minute 30 to 33. Seal. 2. Extinguish the candle with gratitude, not with hurry. Touch the bowl, thank the elements, and pour the water on living earth when possible. Journal one elegant action to enact within the day. Repeat this ritual for 7 evenings when you seek recalibration. Small consistencies birth large destinies. Section 7. Practices for daily sovereignty. Morning. 3 sentences. Today I create with kindness. Today I choose a slow breath before any reply. Today I bless the path of all beings I meet. 3 minutes of soft-hearted focus on one priority. The day coheres around the first honest act. Midday. Gaze reset. Expand peripheral vision for 30 seconds to cue safety. Micro repair. Send one message of repair or appreciation. Coherence loves closure. Evening. Gratitude. Ledger. 3 learnings, not just 3 wins. Body scan. Name and befriend the loudest sensation. Offer a slower exhale. Your digital sundown. 20 minutes without screens before sleep. Let the night be a temple again. Yes, Saras. Section 8. Wealth of the heart and energetic boundaries. Prosperity is the rhythm of giving and receiving without distortion. Boundaries are the music that keeps rhythm honest. Sacred limits do not punish. They tune the instrument so the song can be heard. 3 boundary statements for immediate use. My time is a sanctuary. I schedule with reverence. My no protects my yes. I open where there is reciprocity and close where there is erosion. Abundance practices that remain grounded. Track value created daily. Let your nervous system witness proof of contribution. Price your work from integrity, not apology. Receiving is circulation, not greed. Share 1 resource per week without expectation. Seeding builds ecosystems. Section 9. Community Field and Collective Healing. Every personal upgrade radiates into the social fabric. Coherence is contagious. Shame is a poor architect. Dignity builds cathedrals. When you walk into a room regulated and kind, you alter probabilities for everyone. When you honor your limits, you teach the group to stop using urgency as a drug. When you forgive with precision, you remove debris from the collective river. Civilization evolves through millions of microacts done by people who chose to stay human. Hold this mantra when the world feels loud. I will be a quiet room where goodness can hear itself think. Z. Closing of high vibration. Master phrase. I am a lucid and loving sovereign, coherent in breath, truthful in voice, tender in heart, bold in service, abundant in grace. Quantum challenge for the next 24 hours. Perform 1 act that your future self would thank you for, and execute it in the first hour available. Speak. It is done. Upon completion, and touch the sternum to fire the star anchor. And activation code. Omnia Lumina Aria. Let the code ride your breath. Let it thread your spine. Let it remember you to yourself. Con amor, Andrew.